I will share my screen. Share screen. PowerPoint. Okay, so from the beginning, welcome to the Pittsburgh Electric Propulsion General Body meeting number 5. This week is our Sprint 3 planning, our retrospective, and our Sprint 2 review. Sorry for the wrong date on there. I forgot to update that. So kicking off, I just want to make an announcement about next week. Next week, Michael Briscoe, who is the educator in residence of the American Society of Naval Engineers, as well as the head of the competition for PEP for small craft, is going to be coming to our meeting, and he's going to be listening in for our progress and to see how our meetings run. And on top of that, he's going to give a presentation on next steps in electric propulsion. So tune in for that. We're pretty excited to have that. We're going to try and keep having opportunities like that where we have guest speakers come in and speak. So be on the lookout for those. Hopefully we can get them every other week, but who knows how often we'll be able to do it. But that's my goal. So really excited for that. Try and get a good attendance for that one. If any of your friends may be interested in the topic, then invite them so we can have a good showing. Today's agenda is review and questions of the new competition announcement. So we're a little bit behind today, but that's fine. So I want to take the next few minutes. I made a couple announcements regarding the competition, and if you guys have any questions, we can answer them now. Any questions? All right, I'm gonna give it another few seconds, then I'm gonna move on.
Not really a question. Oh shit, my bad.
Oh shit. Do we have a specific date in May?
No date yet. If I had to guess though, from what I've talked to Michael Briscoe, it's probably gonna be like the 3rd weekend in May. He said late May, so consider it 3rd or 4th week. Anybody else? Chris?
I was gonna say not really a question, but it's really important. I mean, we appreciate. I mean, okay, we have 16 now, so we're really not that far down. But it's really important that for when these guest speakers come, especially next week with Michael Briscoe, that like we're all in attendance and have questions really ready to go, because I'm sure he's a really busy guy and he doesn't really have to do this. So there's a lot we could take away from this.
Yeah, he's volunteering his time for us, so and it's after work for him too, so we want to show that we appreciate him coming. You guys can all hear me well, right? My microphone's showing that I have very low volume.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good. All right, and any other comments before we move on to the sprint review? Okay, so the sprint review. Let me pull up monday.com. I know I have a million tabs open, but I'm gonna have a million tabs open. So stop share and then share this screen. All right, so our first task of this sprint was to outline our motor design. Does somebody want to speak on this one for us?
Yeah, I can take that one. So as of now, we kind of outlined our goal is to retrofit a gas-powered outboard to have a electric motor on it instead. We kind of outlined a range of power that we want, which is right around 50 kilowatts. And we also outlined what size outboard we want. to convert, which is somewhere between 25 and 50 horsepower.
You're muted, Nick.
Another thing that I want to mention is that we have a working procurement database for the battery and the hull. So if you guys do any research on the motor or the batteries and you find any cell types and or electric motors that you want us to take a look at, throw it in this procurement database, and we will be comparing all of them before we make a final decision. SolidWorks training, these were kind of independent. Did anybody get SolidWorks? Did anybody do a SolidWorks training module that didn't mark this as complete? Okay, I'm gonna move on from that one. That one is a little bit, I'd say that's like our lowest priority one because we have these seminars being prepared. If you have some time, maybe work on it, but I'm not too worried about that. I would say that that's, let's say this is done. This is done. Trace and Cassandra, do you guys want to speak on the SolidWorks seminars?
Yeah, so Lucas from FSAE reached out to me, and we're thinking we're gonna, for at least this first seminar, hop in with FSAE and kind of collab with them on their seminar / SolidWorks workshop. And if after that people still want to continue learning and get deeper into SolidWorks, we're gonna have continuous seminars. So the date is still yet to be determined because Lucas is still finishing up on that, but we'll let you know in the next weekly update what the exact plan is.
So is that done, would you say?
Would say it's done, but Lucas is still not done with his. So I would say, I mean, we have a plan. It's just not, the seminar isn't prepared, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, gotcha. How about, is there any progress on the ones that you guys, I know Cassandra said that she was looking at like certain projects that people complete during the seminars that you guys planned. Do you have any progress on those ones? If you do, if we do have like continual ones?
Yeah, we actually have a bunch of projects from intro to mechanic or intro to mech design, and we'll be able to pull from them for getting people really accustomed to SolidWorks. So
I also got connected with Dr. Whitefoot. He said that we could send an email to him and Clark whenever we have a concrete plan in place. They just kind of want to know what we're planning on using SolidWorks for, which is to be determined. So once we get that on concrete ground, then we can figure all that out.
Okay, thanks. Okay. The sponsorship pamphlet complete. That is uploaded right here. I'm gonna pull it up. And does Maria and or I think it was Clint want to speak on this pamphlet? I think it looks very good, guys, by the way.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
We can just walk through it as soon as this
Yeah.
opens for us.
I think you'd do a better job speaking on it because I don't really know what to say about it. Besides just like look at it.
I don't know why it's not downloading for us. Sorry, guys. Give it 1 minute. It's opening now. Here we go. Clint, you can just explain the design. I don't want to be the only. I want to have other people talk so that it's more interactive of a meeting, and I can bop in on terms of the content.
Yeah. So our main focus was sort of like having like a wavy design and also incorporating the logo, which you see there. Yeah, and then also with the waves were like the colors of Pitt. So you see the gold and then blue, and then there's the letter from the advisor. There's another letter. There's our statement. It's all pretty neat.
I think this looks great, guys, and I think we can send this out to our sponsors now. Have this ready. Thank you for that. Nice job. And big shout out to Maria and Clint on that because they really pulled the weight on that design.
Job plan looks amazing.
Yeah. I think that's something that we could use for years to come too. Plan engineering school pitches. Chris, you want to speak on these?
Yeah, so ended up not
Do you
really
want me to pull
needing
up this file or no?
now you have to open it. What's it called? So yeah, earlier this summer when Nick, Trace, and I did our like first pitch to a company, we put together this pretty extensive presentation. I think we presented it in a little under 15 minutes. I kind of trimmed down some of the presentation, made some updates to it, and also incorporated Camden into it. Camden, if you want to click on that, there's some information you need to fill out on there whenever you have the time to as well. Nothing's really changed too much. Pretty much highlighting what our club is, what are the benefits of the club from a student perspective, as well as like the sponsorship perspective. And there's the only thing that I'm really waiting to put in at the end, which we'll just do when we start pitching the engineering schools, is start like putting together a sponsorship page, which is all of our current sponsorships and amounts and stuff like that.
Sounds good. So do you want this marked as done or no?
It's technically not done, but I mean, I would say for the sprint task, it would be done, but just overall, not really. I think you could carry this. You could just make this like a running sprint, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, like have it continue to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll say that's done.
I'll be back.
And then update PEP proposal Word doc. I went through. We have a document called PEP proposal, and it's right here. If anybody of you are interested in reading it, you can find a ton of information on our club and what we're trying to do. This was the original document that we prepared to show the school and get our initial funding and things like that. So we just go through the purpose of our club, an introduction, our goals, and the phases of our project. Then we talked about how we have a risk register or how we're using Agile. We went over the business plan and went over our sponsorship packages. Oh, I see 2 questions. Oh, yeah, I know it's rough, Ezra. So this is done. And with that, I will pass this over to Shrey. If you guys can open monday.com on your own computers, you can also participate in this better. And just what all you're gonna do is you're gonna click on add, and you just throw a suggestion. So you say like better way to share files. And then if you want to put a sentiment on that, you can put that on. So yeah. I'm gonna delete these now, and everybody can just go through and add them or speak them out, and Shrey, you can type them in. And here are the main questions that you should be thinking of when we go through this. Where do we succeed? Where can we improve? What do we want to do more of? What do we want to do less of? Shrey, do you want me to unshare my screen, or do you want to share the screen, or do you just want me to go to that Monday page?
Yeah, you can just the Monday page and type it up, and it should be reflected.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, everybody just go into Monday and go to this board to add items or shout them out to us and we'll add them.
Yeah, so we're gonna begin our retrospective part of the meeting. So in this, you're gonna be talking about what went well, what could be improved on, and what did not go well.
Yeah, you are a little spotty there, Shrey. You're hard to hear.
All right, I'll just try talking a little bit louder. Probably just it's probably. But yeah, retrospective. What went well, what went wrong, and what can be improved on. This is, we're not here to judge anybody. And this is where you tell what your personal thoughts are, and that's how we work as a team to make sure to attain our goal in the future. I know personally many things that went well and what can be improved on and what went wrong during the sprint, but I would like to open up the floor to anybody who would want to say anything. No judgment at all. Start it off with something easy, something that went well. I know there's something that went well. Somebody tell me.
I think Cameron threw one in there.
Anyone? All right, I'll get it started off. Something that went well. I thought that the teamwork aspects of this went really well. If somebody needed a meet, the drivetrain or motor needed a meet, we were all quick to discuss a meeting time and get people together. Everybody was flexible in terms of that, and that's something that's I thought went really well, at least for our first sprints, and this is our first time doing it. So I'd say that went well. Anybody else want to add on top of that or say something else?
Something that I thought went well, this is kind of general, is just people kind of stepping up and doing more than we asked. Just want to give a shout out to Luke. He went out of his way to kind of make some connections with a couple different sponsors, and like we really appreciate that, as well as he also started to make some perspective t-shirt designs, which we didn't ask him to do either. If anyone wants like someone to look up to, it would be Luke. I mean, we really recognize those that are stepping up to the plate and, hitting it out of the park. So like, let's keep that up. I mean, that's the type of culture of innovation and just exceeding our expectations that we're really trying to build here and makes Pittsburgh Electric Propulsion different. So good shit, Luke.
Yeah, going off what Chris said, just good job, Luke. You've been a baller so far, so appreciate it. Anyway,
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been coming to those daily meetings too. I know it's not easy to make it all the time with our schedules, so I think that our attendance in those daily meetings has been great.
Speaking on the meetings, I think we should maybe put out like a Google poll or like some type of something just to make it more accessible for people. That might be a reason why like we have reoccurring people and not like, I feel like it might be a little late for some people, especially to meet in person. So if we could figure out like what time it works for people, that might be better, but also we obviously can't do like during class time. So
Yeah, Cassandra, I do agree. I think that is a good point. Maybe we could send out like I know we always did cat me for classes like to figure out what times work best, but there's got to be some sort of app because I do agree the 8 p.m. meetings are a little late.
Yeah, we
Especially
could do a when to
people.
meet.
What'd you say?
I said we could do a when to meet. Send out
Yeah,
when
I
to
think
meet.
I think that would work great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send something out like that.
One thing that I think that we could improve on is just this isn't really like a big thing, but making sure that we're all in the channels that we want to be in and communicating with either the Scrum Masters or preferably the Scrum Masters in the daily meetings, because I feel like that's something that they're there for, to make sure that everybody knows how to get to the task channels and things like that, to make sure that everybody that wants to be involved is involved.
Yeah, just going off that, I just added Slack and Monday interaction. It'd be a little bit better if we could have more people contributing to these chats and making sure that you're in the channel to be in. Just need all the interaction we could get. So that's something I thought we could do a little bit better, but going around as our first sprints, this is a pretty good place to start.
Another thing that I put on the board that I think that we could improve on that I didn't say is our daily stand-ups. Not that we have to go every day, but I do. It's really just like me reiterating that I really think that these meetings are really useful for us to move our progress along and make sure we're all on the same page. So I highly encourage them for everybody. They're only like 10 minutes.
Any Scrum Masters have any perspectives on this sprint? Well, if nobody else has anything else to say, we'll end the retrospective at that. But if you have any ideas that popped in your mind, please put it into that board and iterate how important it is to reflect over each sprint and making sure that we're able to complete our tasks at the best ability. So if you just remembered something, oh, something didn't go well, or hey, this went well, put it in there. And yeah, that's really it on my side. Just make sure if you have anything to put in. Thanks, guys.
We wrapped up on that, Trey?
What's that?
We wrapped up on that retro?
Yep.
All right, and now we'll kick it off to this week's sprint planning session. Make sure you guys let us know if we're signing up for too much here. This is just the backlog. We're going to try and find the most important items and keep them up here. One thing that I want people to start working on the simulation training, so I'm going to throw that in there. If you're interested in this, please either shout out your name or add yourself into either I'm getting this done or I'm helping. There's ANSYS simulations that is free for students, and they have courses. So that's what I would recommend. Maybe just choose one topic that you're interested in. Even if we don't go into it, it'll help you get familiar with the software. And then I think this sprint we wanted to do a little R&D on the battery. Before I move on, the acceptance criteria for the R&D on the battery is that we decide on the type of battery that we want. We have our instructions to complete the first battery cell pack finished, or we, if that is what we go with. But before we do that, we want to have a risk and safety precautions laid out to make sure that this is safe, and we want to speak with a professor to make sure that this is worth the risk of the safety risk. Hopefully we can make it, but it's a conversation that we definitely want to have because these high-powered batteries can get pretty dangerous. So I'm going to sign up for that task. Anybody else?
Mark me down to help for that.
Yep.
I can help too with that.
Okay. Nice. Anybody else?
I can help too.
Addie? All right. Addie, what's your email?
ALK241 and then @prit.edu.
There you go. Anybody else want to be in this task? Let's see chat.
Jake, you can put me down too.
Will? Okay.
Yeah, put me down for that.
Nice. Alrighty. All right, we're gonna move on from this one unless somebody says their name right now.
Yeah, I think you put the wrong email down for Addy.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, he
What is
said
it, Addy?
ALK.
ALK241.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I just invited you to the channel, so hopefully you can get in on now. All right. Business team, can you Chris, what are your thoughts on making the ANSYS connection? The sprint.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's appropriate. Is that something? ANSYS is a software, correct?
Yeah, it's just a sponsorship. You honestly, I think it'll be very simple. I'm pretty sure you just go on their website and fill out a form and then maybe send this.
Okay, yeah, and with the sponsorship pamphlet, hopefully there's an option to send that as well.
Yeah. So Chris is on that. Does anybody else want to be on Chris with those to see how that's done?
You could add me to that.
Sorry.
I just have like a note on ANSYS itself.
Mhm.
So we actually connected with Dr. Schmidt for we just caught him after class. We're probably going to connect with him again this Monday. But he was saying that ANSYS is you could bring in a file and have ANSYS run it in a few minutes, but in order to get it done correctly, it'll take a really long time. So we kind of need to at least talk with him, bring him our ideas, and he'll try and point us in the right direction because he's actually worked for ANSYS before, so he knows a lot about that.
Okay. I will also say that PEP on their website has a bunch of training for ANSYS, so maybe we could use that, but maybe we can't. So just throwing that out there. We should talk with him. But still, I'd say making that connection to ANSYS can't hurt us. I think we will want to have it available. So this is on track, so I'm just going to put it on here. Luke, your name on this. Chris, you're on this. I'll be on this. Does anybody else want to be included in the emails for this?
I can help with that.
Okay.
You could throw my name on helping too.
Yeah, I'd be willing to help too.
And these are really just this one is really just an email chain, and we could just add you to it so you guys can be in the loop.
Can you add me to that?
Sure. All right. Call marinas for spare outboards. There is a list of I believe 8 marinas that we want to call and see if they have any broken outboards or not broken for cheap and or free. We can either, if they just want to give them to us for free, or if they want a sponsorship, we can offer that. So these are the marinas. You just got to call them and get in touch with them. Who wants to be a part of those calls?
Me, definitely.
Yep. Anybody else?
Probably gonna need at least 1 or 2 other people for this. I'd appreciate it if anyone could help.
I can't help out on this one because I'm at work when they're available. So if anybody else can, Trace is in. Anybody else? Camden, Luke, nice. Alrighty. If anybody else wants to go, just add yourself on Monday. All right. Is this asking too much of the business team, Chris, if I throw this one in here too?
What were we talking about on Monday? What's our new approach of trying to reconnect with SolidWorks?
Well, we sent a follow-up email, and then they have an online submission form for groups, and you just fill out that form and send it, and then they approve you or not.
That's fine. Yeah, we can take
Okay.
that on.
All right. Does anybody want to be a part of that? Chris?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Trace? I can help with this. All right. Next thing, we want to identify and purchase our motor this sprint. I want to be a part of this. Luke, I assume you want to be a part of this. Camden, Cassandra, right? Let me know if I'm assuming too much. Anybody else want to be getting this done or helping? Here's the acceptance criteria for that. Create a doc with a comparison of companies and motors and the strengths and weaknesses of those. Identify our top 5, and then try and get it for free and or buy it. We can also get Michael Briscoe to buy something off of a source that Pitt won't approve. So, well, not a source that Pitt won't approve, but we can get Michael Briscoe to help us out with acquiring this if our account isn't approved yet. All right. And just for clarification, I would say the difference between I'm getting this done and I'm helping is if you sign up for I'm getting this done, then you're kind of going to be expected to be a part of the meetings. Whereas if you're helping, it's you're going to be, you want to come to the meetings, but you don't want to commit to joining the meetings. key performance factors for the whole. Identify. This is something that I really want to get done this sprint, and I'd like as many people as we can on this one. Identify optimal propulsion methods. We want to try and come up with it's just all it's going to be is 2 1-hour brainstorming sessions to try and generate 10 plus different methods of propulsion, and then outline those in a paper in the submitted documents. So if we want to use a propeller, or like maybe we can figure out a way to get more propulsion from other methods. Just we want to have time to try and think of wild things. So if you're interested in that, sign up, or call your name out right now.
I can help.
Okay.
You could toss me in there.
Help or get.
I'll get it done.
Okay. Anybody else? Alrighty. If at any point you want to change that up, please just add yourself, guys. Learn how to use, investigate superhydraulic cold coating, performance factors for hull. Do you guys think this sprint is too full so far? Do you think we can add some more things for the engineering side, such as CFD, hydrophobic coating, setting up the simulation sandbox, or identifying key performance factors for the hull? I think this needs to be done.
Yeah, I was just going to speak about that key performance factors, because actually the guy that has the eBay motor, I had a pretty in-depth conversation with him today, and he said there's probably no way we could go over like 20 miles an hour with the hull. So either we're gonna have to, we're really gonna have to focus more time than we thought on trying to make that hull better if we want to be competitive. So.
Yeah. Key performance factors. And they did say, like, I think we could probably get to 30, because from when we talked to Zodiac, they said that we could top out at 30 knots. So I do trust them, what they're saying. I think that should be our goal.
Even if what's it called? Obviously you guys can answer this better than me, but just from a risk point of view, even if we trust them and stuff, is there any way, like, when we go to pick it up, obviously, like, the motor might be in the water, but is there any way, like, are you guys going to be able to look at all its key components, or could you even run it, and, like, so we can make sure, like, we know what we're getting in that regard? Is there someone we could bring with us, like a professor or something?
It comes with 90 days money back guarantee from eBay.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's not terrible. I think we could. It's going to be shipped to us.
It's not in Pittsburgh.
Wait,
No,
are we discussing the motor or the hull?
The motor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be shipped to us, but yeah, it has 90-day money back guarantee. And the guy that actually has this motor, he builds conversion kits for outboard motors.
Okay.
So he's pretty experienced, and I've actually got more information out of him than I've really ever gotten out of an eBay seller. So, and he's actually willing to help us on the battery side of things as well, because they actually design and make battery packs for their conversion kits. And he said he'd definitely be able to help us figure that out too. So.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And Where is this being shipped from? Out of curiosity.
I can look right now. Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to think. So first, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Nick can probably knows the answer. The timeline for us being officially recognized, us then setting up the bank account, us actually getting the 5K from US Marine, then that's when we could reasonably purchase it, correct, Nick?
No. So what our plan is, just to speed things up so we're not waiting this whole time, is Michael Briscoe is gonna buy the motor for us and just deduct it from our $7,000 donation.
Oh shit. Okay.
So then we
I
can
have a
have it
question
within
on that side, Nick.
Uh-huh.
If we come back dry from all these marinas for a motor, would he be able to somehow figure out how to get us like able to purchase a motor, like an outboard, not the electric motor? Okay.
Yeah, he'd be able to help with that too. He said he can buy us anything that we need.
And he may even
I'll
have a
check.
connection too, I wonder, like to someone that has motors like that and stuff that are broken.
Yeah, he may. So we could definitely ask him about that.
All right. I have a feeling though the marinas are probably going to be a good resource because there's no way that one of the marinas out of those 8 don't know or have a broken motor there, you know?
Yeah, I think that'll work too.
All right. And we should actually, while I'm thinking about that, we should make sure to confirm, like, because if the motor is broken, like the transmission part of the motor, then we're not going to obviously want that. We're looking for motors that like they call it the power head is bad. Like, so there's 2 parts of a gas outboard. There's the power head and then the lower unit. We want the lower unit to be good. So if we could throw it in there, we're looking for basically motors with bad power heads on them, but the lower unit has to be good or else it's really not worth our time.
All right. Chris, do you want to try and take either of these on, or do you want to hold these off? Or maybe start this and put out a link for it? I don't know. Your call.
I would probably think that's the list of reputable vendors is something that I think that everyone should be assigned. Like I'm sure Luke already has a good idea of like some places we could start looking. I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. It's just, I mean, I'm not an engineer. I'm not gonna really know where to go from that. But I think if we start getting to like 4 or 5 go-to sites where we can get reasonable comparisons and stuff, yeah, I think that'd be a good start. But this isn't something we need to necessarily assign to this sprint.
Okay, sounds good. And this, do you want to assign or no?
Member resume booklet compiled. Okay, I'm trying to think. So, you know, what's our idea for this? Out of curiosity.
I want all the members to submit their resumes, and then put them all together in a pamphlet, because one of the things that we said our sponsors have access to is the resumes of all our members.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's pretty easy. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can do that. I mean, do we literally just want it to be just like a Word file of every, or like a PDF file of everyone's resume just ready to go?
Yeah, like we may like throw a similar cover page as this, you know what I mean? And just like instead name it like Panther Electric Propulsion member resumes.
Oh wait, I just realized it says on this sponsor certificate, this Panther Electric Propulsion.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Easy
good
fix,
call.
but I just noticed that.
Clint, can you take care of that?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
But yeah, all I would say in regards to the resume, I'm sure most of you guys know this. Younger guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys are doing resume reviews soon or have done one before. But Nick, just make a note of this. Just make sure everyone's resume is a page or under.
Yep.
And you guys can submit those right to this file up here. Make sure it's a PDF. Actually, no, make it a Word document, because then I'll put them all into one big document and then make it a huge PDF.
Okay. And do you want to put that in this sprint, Chris, or hold it off?
Yeah, we can put it in the sprint.
Okay. Where do you want them to submit it? Their things into the working files section?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to schedule a kind of like a resume review. Chris or anybody else wants to help me with that. We're not like super trained in this, guys, but we're just going to try and help you out if you're an underclassman or something like that and you want to have somebody look at your resume. It'll be short, or you know what I mean, just something easy, maybe over Zoom. I think that'd be a good idea to help you guys out.
If you guys extensively, like want an extensive resume review, you can go to the Career Center. I actually went there a few days ago, and they kind of helped me out. I can actually send anyone templates. They gave me a template for a cover letter and for a resume. So if anyone needs that template, just like hit me up.
Yeah, I think they could probably do better than we can, and even the templates. But if you have no idea, I think that we may be able to help you, and you can't get there. But I'll see what the interest is on that. Chris, what?
If you're lost, a lot of action words, no typos. Just
Yeah.
Good place to start.
Yeah. Also, reach out to us with questions if you have them. That may be easier if you guys should just shoot us your questions. Chris, this is you. And I forgot to update these ones. Key performance factors for Hull. I'm going to put myself on that. Who else wants to be on this?
You could throw me on helping.
Helping, okay. Anybody else? Jack, Luke, nice. Alrighty. And then this one is our big hole meeting. This is probably the big hole task of the sprint. And it is investigate super hydrophobic hole coatings, whether that's a spray or maybe like we put a shell around the boat, just get creative with it. And also ways to increase our speed capacity. We just want to start these conversations. So if you're at all interested in this, I know that's what was advertised as the whole task. So please sign up. I'm going to put myself as helping there. Tracy's leading it nice. Anybody else want to get or help?
Put me on help again.
Yep. Anybody else?
I can help.
Eddie?
Yep.
All right. And Eddie, make sure you join on Monday.com with that invite that you got when you get a chance.
Okay, I will.
Thanks. All right. Does anybody want to help Chris compile this book?
It's not going to really be a matter of compiling. I mean, it's just more of a matter of formatting, which I might need some help with. But in that respect, I mean, I'll just either reach out to like the e-board or maybe Maria or Clint, but I don't need like their full commitment to this as of right now.
Actually, it might be easier for them to just submit a PDF because it keeps the formatting, and you could just concatenate all the PDFs together.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would be yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Let me make sure. All right. And Camden, Trace, and anybody else who has input on this, what are our thoughts on leaving these two tasks out? Or do you think that's something we need to get up and running this sprint?
I'd say right now we got a pretty busy sprint. I think we
Yeah,
can
I
kind of
agree.
leave
I
that.
think we're good leaving them there.
Yeah. All right. This is a very busy sprint, guys. Hopefully we can get it done. Let's try and get some group chats going with those interested in each task. I feel like that's a good way to manage these. And then yeah, just we'll see where we go from there. If anybody at any point wants to add themselves to task, please do. If you're already experienced with simulation training, please, I know I had a few people that were, just fill out this thing. And once you finish a simulation training at all, just like getting used to it, click that. Oh, and also, I'm gonna say this is on track more. This is more just like a running item, not so much a, remember, I'm gonna say low priority or I'm gonna say running. All right. Yeah, so this is a pack sprint, guys. A lot of work. Let's try and get some meetings early in the sprint so that we're not just trying to cram them all into next week and make some progress. All right. Now finishing up our meeting. Let me make sure there's nothing left. That is it. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or have anything else. Here's our contact info. And that's it.
Have a good evening, guys. Do well on your
Yeah, have a
midterm.
good evening. Yeah, good luck on midterms, guys.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys. Wait, oh, I was